So we're in the vineyards, Canubi Moscatel, in the village of Barolo with the castle of Barolo behind. Enzo Brezza from the Cantina Brezza. Ciao Enzo.
Ciao.
Can you tell the viewers a little bit about what Barolo of Barolo means to you?
Barolo di Barolo is the village, is the historical village of the Barolo area, because it starts here in the castle of Barolo, from the Marchesa Falletti, the history of the Barolo wine. I think in Barolo, I think it's is the village with more high concentration of traditional cellar. A lot of traditional cellar, old cellar, more most is around end of 800th century, early 900th century, and more like a traditional system, big barrel, but still cellar in evolution, because I think also the tradition, I think, is something. The good tradition is always in evolution, is nothing static. And yes, for the soil character is more in general the village of Barolo is more like Marne di Sant'Agata Fossili, can make more like a very elegant Barolo, very more approachable also when it's young. For me, the Barolo di Barolo in general is very good to start to drink after 7-8 years from the harvest, and until 15 years. Still good, some good vintage, good producer, well stocked in a good cellar. You can be stock, and you possible to drink after also 30-40 years. I still taste like some 1971 is excellent. But it's something more particular. I think you have you are sure normally in between the 7 and the 15 year you have a good wine, still fresh, but round, nice complexity. I think more, maybe some wine start to going down, some how you stock, how is the vintage, how is the producer. This is a more combination, and is really the village of Barolo and La Morra make more gentle wine, more ready, more approachable, different from Serralunga and Monforte, is a little bit high hills, different soil, more formazione di Lecchio, more in between, is cross in between sand and clay soil, make more rustical wine, more wine. Normally you need to age at least 10 years, and more for 20 or 40, 30 years.
Okay.
Even 40, good vintage.
So you make two cru Barolo, one from Sarmassa and one from probably the most famous cru, Canubi.
Canubi, yes.
Can you tell the people the difference between the vineyard Canubi and Sarmassa?
Allora, the difference is, the Canubi is the more particular vineyards in Barolo village, because in the Canubi is a fusion of two different geological formations very important in the Barolo area. One is called the Arenarie di Diano, which is more typical from the village of Castiglion Falletto, and is more sandy soil, together with the Marne di Sant'Agata, which is more clay soil. It's really a fusion of these two geological formations. Is more the Canubi area is more like east exposition, a little bit more cold exposition, because it's more the sun of the morning, it's a little bit cold, and is more open valley. The Sarmassa have more clay soil. Our exposition is more southwest. It's more warm microclimate, because it's a closed valley, it's not open valley. Is the place in the Sarmassa is the place in the Barolo area where the snow go out more fast.
Melts the first?
Yes, because it's really a very warm microclimate. I think also the soil is more warmer than the Canubi area. So Canubi make more, I think, more vertical wine, more acidity, a little bit less large, but very long and salty, nice acidity. The tannin is sometimes when it's young is also a little bit aggressive, but it's coming after 2-3 years. It's coming also subtle. Sarmassa have more the earthy character from the soil, more more mineral, more. For me, Canubi is more like in floral, like rose, like violet. Sarmas is more like anise, more like mint, more balsamic, more herbs.
That's perfect. Grazie, Enzo.
Prego.